Gathered guests, would you please be upstanding for the arrival of Her Excellency, the Honourable Linda Dessau, Governor of Victoria, and Mr Anthony Howard.
Please be seated. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are meeting. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. Your Excellency, I invite you to present the honours and awards in the Order of Australia. To be members in the General Division, Mr Robert Malcolm Hook, for significant service to the community of Ballarat. Professor Deborah Fay Nestel, for significant service to medical education through simulated teaching methods. Dr Gillian Ann Sparks, for significant service to environmental sustainability and to public administration. To receive the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Ms Fiona Gardner, for service to the community through social welfare organisations. The late Mrs Joan Elizabeth Glenn, to be received by her daughter Ms Virginia Glenn, in recognition of her service to music. Professor Stacey Kellen Gergen for service to radiology. Professor Kathleen Mary Gray for service to medicine through digital health education. Mr. Alan Thomas Hall for service to the community of Wandong. Mr. John Richard Harry for service to the community, to rowing and to the legal profession. Dr. David Hobson Hook for service to nephrology and to aviation medicine. Mr. Graham Norval Hyde for service to conservation, particularly through aviculture. Mr. Barry Leonard Irving, for service to the community of Rosebud Rye. Professor Felice Jacka, for service to nutritional psychiatry research. Mr. Alexander Robert Johnson, for service to golf and to the community. Mr. Pete Leslie Johnston, for service to veterans. Mr. Alan William Joyce, for service to surf lifesaving and to the community. Ms. Roseanne Phyllis King, for service to Sports Administration. Mr. Isidore Marmer, for service to the Jewish community. Mrs. Susan Beaufort Morgan, for service to the community through charitable initiatives. Dr. Gerald Roy Murphy, for service to medicine. Dr. Jared Michael Norton, for service to people with disability. Mrs. Beverly Carmel Noonan, for service to the community through charitable organisations. Mr. Doug Pomeroy, for service to the community through charitable organisations. Mrs. Lynette Elizabeth Stevenson, for service to the community of Pakenham. Miss Margaret Joan Turner for service to youth through Scouts. Mrs. Marion June Ubergang for service to tennis. Would you please join the Governor and Mr. Howard in once again congratulating all of today's recipients. Your Excellency, I now invite you to address us.
Well, distinguished guests, I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we're gathering and by paying my respects to elders past and present and to any elders who might be with us today from other communities. Tony and I are absolutely delighted to welcome each one of you to Government House Victoria. I can honestly say that we have been yearning to be able to gather in person again, and it's been our absolute priority to acknowledge the work of some of our finest Victorians with the investiture of Australian Honours. As a group, you, our honours recipients, represent different parts of our state, different sectors, and different disciplines and different backgrounds. Many of you were born in this very lucky country, and you've contributed your ingenuity and your hard work to ensure that its many bounties are extended to more of your fellow Australians, and often much further afield as well. Some of you, I know, came to Australia having given up much in the hope of new opportunities for yourselves and your families, or, like me, your parent or parents made that long voyage. And by your special efforts, you've enriched your family's adopted country. I don't think you need me to tell you all that the past 18 months or so have been trying. They certainly have included times that have tested us, both as a state and as individuals as well. But I have to say that as I look at you today and I reflect on the citations that we've been fortunate enough to listen to this afternoon, I feel absolutely optimistic about our future. I know that the success of our nation and of our state lies in its people. And indeed, this recognition is really as old as democracy itself. It was Plato who, having imagined individual citizens as being like the brains, the limbs and the organs of the state, who said that that's a contribution to life overall. And each one of you, in your different ways, has shown the power of the individual to contribute to the life of our state and to make our community better and stronger. And today gives us the chance to recognise you, to show our gratitude and to say to each one of you the most heartfelt thank you. And I think it's particularly important that we do that because you inspire us and you will inspire others. Now, for these important reasons, I'm going to ask just a couple of things of you today. First, please do wear your award pins. Wear them often, wear them proudly, and rest assured that it's not an act of boastfulness in any way at all. To the contrary, it will help to start conversations, and importantly, it will inspire others to emulate you. It will also encourage them to nominate other worthy people, and I'm sure that we would all agree that our award system is absolutely at its best when it's able to recognise the full diversity of our state and our nation, and we depend on a genuine breadth of nominations to achieve that. And my second request of you is this, and I think it's the one that people often find hardest. I have no doubt at all that you will have had much support around you and around the work for which you're being recognised. And no doubt many of your best supporters are likely to be with you here today too. But I'm going to ask you to accept that today is all about you. And I urge you not to feel shy or embarrassed about that. Please take the time while you're here at Government House, and we've turned on good weather for you so we can all be outside together, no excuses. Please do take the time while you're here to reflect proudly on this recognition of all that you've done for Australia and how, in the words of our very own state motto, you've contributed to our peace and our prosperity. And finally, we simply hope that every single one of you enjoys this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Would you please stand and join heartily in the singing of the first verse of the Australian National Anthem and remain standing for the departure of the Governor and Mr Howard.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty